Take a relaxing hike up a Canadian mountain from the comfortable seat of your gaming chair or cardboard box. It's a short hike on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam. This game has been sitting on my backlog for almost 2 years and I don't know why it took me so long. It's a very easy and very chill pick up and play fun time. You control a penguin called Claire, at least I think she's a penguin, in which case what is she doing in Ontario, but I digress. Claire is expecting an important call but there is no good reception in the area. The top of the mountain supposedly has good reception so you need to hike and climb all the way there. Very straightforward objective, but don't let your tunnel vision take control of your controller. That would be missing the point of the game. The best part of the game is to explore and discover. A not so short straw would be a more fitting title because that is the mindset I suggest you should have when starting your journey. If this was some open world action adventure game, I would tell you to consider the other gameplay features if the idea of exploring for exploration's sake doesn't appeal to you. In a short hike, that is the entire gameplay cycle. Explore, sometimes fishing, and a quick racing minigame. You just run, jump, climb, and glide around a compact but not tiny mountain trail. There are no enemies to kill, no matches or flamethrowers, no magical artifacts, well, I guess the feathers kind of count. No antagonists, just a mountain, many peaceful NPCs camping, playing, jogging, and hidden items to collect. If that doesn't appeal to you, then this game isn't for you. And I shake my head in disappointment. You can't see it, but now you're thinking about it. Reaching the top of the mountain requires collecting a minimum amount of feathers, but I never felt like collecting them was a chore. It takes maybe an hour to beat it if that's all you want. It really comes naturally if you take my advice and play like you're spending a Saturday or holiday camping. You will find golden feathers just by taking your own tour around the place, and there is an excess of coins to collect in plain sight that let you buy even more feathers. And hats. Don't forget the hats. The other characters you meet along the way help a lot with the pace too. The golden feathers provide a sense of progression I wasn't expecting to get when I saw what kind of game this was. They function like your stamina and you consume them for flapping your wings, to jump higher, for climbing walls, and for sprinting. I don't know how many there are in total, but I got about 15 in my playthrough. 15 was excessive for just about anything, but it gave me so much freedom and mobility I started realizing the exploration only became more addictive the more feathers I had. This game is seriously a case study in how extremely simple design choices can add a lot to the game essence. There are 3 ways to write meaningful dialogue in a video game. You can have no text at all and just use icons and character animation to tell the player what's what. Sometimes not even that. You can have dialogue that is valued for its world building or character development as well, or you can have dialogue that is enriched exclusively by tongue-in-cheek flavor text, as is the case in this game. This works great. I didn't get bored reading the dialogue even if they could have shortened to maybe 3 lines. Hey, I lost a thing, can you get it for me? Sure, oh, thank you. That's good writing. The game isn't on funny mode all the time, but it presses the button when it needs to, and you don't get tired of the text. Although, if you do, that's okay. All the simple fetch quests and minigames are optional. They're just there to reward you for going out of the obvious path. Let me repeat this. This game is all about exploring peaceful mountain tracks, almost like a bite-sized Breath of the Wild kind of a design approach. Well, minus the combat magic and everything tied to the action gameplay. And real fishing. which is a good source of coins once you find the collector to turn them in. There is also a beach volleyball style minigame that really made me think more of tennis, and a parkour racing minigame. You know, as much as I emphasize this is a cozy, relaxing game, the moment you tell Avery you accept her rematch for the second time, dark clouds appear over your house and you get Donkey Kong 64 minigame flashbacks. Even if you never played Donkey Kong 64, which would have made you a happier person until now. I haven't completed all of the game's achievements after playing for 2 hours and 35 minutes. A short hike is a short game, but I was surprised by how loaded these trails and islands felt. It's a simple and a bite-sized experience, and at the same time, there are so many secrets to find. Shortcuts connecting two sides of the mountain, many spots, some not so obvious to dig for treasure, and I probably haven't met all the characters yet. Let's be real here. The first thing you thought when seeing the footage was either, what is this jagged, grainy Sega Saturn looking mess? Or, this looks so blocky and charming. Why yes, the game does go with a very unique look. I think they were going for a callback to the 5th generation of 3D console games. I am no expert, but it's really just some kind of filter, and it was never really convincing me once I started the game myself. You can even adjust in the options from super jaggy to smooth and clean and boring. Give me the large and chunky blockiness, thank you very much. I did indeed find it charming. There aren't a lot of indie games going with this look, and even if you ignore this filter, this almost Animal Crossing style aesthetic is just inviting and easy on the eyes. Combined with the calm and sometimes just beautiful minimalistic ambient soundtrack, the presentation is perfect for appealing to all ages and demographics. Seriously, reaching the top unexpectedly hit me right in the feels. In the past, there have been many games advertised with the words, "It's an experience, like Flower." Some people will disagree with me, but what that usually means is there's barely any gameplay to speak of. You're usually just wandering around or flying around aimlessly, while the game shows you pretty things going on screen. Frankly, I think those experiences are barely video games. Now this is a real example of a game that's an experience. This, right here, is how we do it right. If you enjoy cute, relaxing games with no real plot or action, or if you want to suggest a game for people not used to playing video games with controllers, which there seem to be a huge amount of these days, this one comes highly recommended. For the more, let's say, hardcore, $8 might be too expensive for a game that can technically be 100% completed in about 4 hours. For a more casual paced player, it should be a very good value. I think the creator clearly put a lot of effort and a lot of passion into this, so I don't regret buying with no discount. This does gonna say often though. I will never put this in my GOAT of all time, but it's a really well made game. I tip my ranger hat to adamgryu. Buy 2 copies, one for yourself and one for your color-swapped rival. A short hike on every platform that matters. Before I end this, I'd like to say, thank you all for watching and subscribing. The channel has surpassed 10 subs! Yay! Maybe I should do something for when I hit the 50 subs milestone. Well, it's ways off, but doesn't hurt to plan ahead. Cheers!